first stage is we call it as ideate. Okay. Now in this stage, we focus more on the quantity of ideas initially. Okay. So we will have a brainstorm from multiple disciplinary team. Okay, there can be team from a customer success, there can be team from the sales, there can be team from the marketing department, there can be team from the R&D, even there can be team from the finance, legal. Everybody will come together, and we may go for a crazy ideas. There is no filtration of idea in the initial stages. Okay, maybe that ideas may look very crazy, may look very weird also, but initially there is no kind of screening. Okay, generate as many ideas as possible. Now, what kind of thinking we are doing in this stage? Divergent or convergent? Ideation. So initially, okay, we are talking about quantity of ideas. So our mind should be open. Okay, we should gather maximum ideas as possible. Then there can be next stage where all ideas cannot be taken. Okay, so we need to shortlist few ideas on certain parameters. So there we need to apply our critical thinking or logical thinking. Absolutely right, Rich. Now let me ask you a question. Okay, so what is the difference between innovation and creativity? So basically the creativity leads to innovation. So creativity is more abstract, maybe innovation can be a concrete. So people can share a lot of ideas. Okay, everybody can share a lot of ideas, but finally converting to a product, that requires a lot of processes there. Okay, that requires more research, that requires persistence, that requires hard work. Okay, that requires research. Okay, so bringing an innovation is not at all very easy. Maybe we can share a lot of ideas. Now sometimes this innovation comes, okay, through through observation, or through our own intuition, or through combination of one or two products. Okay, for example, some great innovations, okay, it actually came out with combination of two or three products. So I just want to start with that when it comes to the creativity. So sometimes a new idea or innovation can be a combination of existing ideas. Now I'll just share a few existing products. Okay, the combination of these two products led to actually an innovation, or that actually leads to a new product. So you need to just guess what is that particular product all about. Walkman plus pen drive, book plus computer, MacBook, yeah, MacBook, iPad, encyclopedia plus CD. Now it is not very relevant. So there is something called Microsoft Encarta. So during school days, okay, we might have used that. Now next is encyclopedia plus website. What is this? Car plus boat plus fish. Hovercraft, restaurant deals. So now let us do some few interesting activities. Check your creativity level. Okay, so when you talk about design thinkers, one important quality design thinkers should have, okay, they need to have a really good in creative. Okay, so unless and otherwise, if you're not very good in creative, okay, you cannot create great products. So let us do some give you some creative exercise and try to understand, okay, how far you are creative. So probably this exercise, am I right? You might have done this activity. Basically, we need to connect 9 dots, okay, using 4 lines without lifting our pencil. Yeah, we need to connect all these 9 dots, but we can use only 4 lines, and we should not lift our pencil. For example, we are drawing a line like this, and we are drawing another line like this. We cannot do that. Once we start drawing, okay, we cannot lift the pencil. There should be a continuity. So let me give you the solution. So this is a solution. You need to, basically from this activity, we talk about something called out of the box thinking. So we need to start from here. Okay, you need to go outside the box, go to a particular direction, come back. Okay, then again draw one line. Now, but this is Scamper is a very powerful technique. This is specifically used in the product development. Okay, when it comes to the six thinking hats, when it comes to the mind mapping, this can be used in different other scenarios also. Okay, but this is very specifically used in Scamper. Okay, extensively used by the product development team. So what is Scamper? Okay, it is actually an acronym. Okay, so S stands for substituting, C stands for combining two, three products and try to create a new product. A stands for adapting to some new situation or new market environment. M stands for modifying the existing product. P stands for okay, put to other use. C stands for redefinite. R stands for reverse. Okay, so let us start with the first one, substitute. So when you want to change the product or want to make any modifications on the product, okay, you can think about okay whether this particular product or process can be put into some other purposes, some other times, okay, on some other places, or we can change, substitute certain components or materials. Have you heard about a company called BYD? So they are a leader in lithium battery. If you see our mobile phones, so the most of the mobile phones batteries manufactured BYD is a Chinese company. Now they are actually making very big in the electric mobility sector also. Now I don't know whether you heard this news. Okay, Walmart actually made around an investment of around 15 billion in BYD. Okay, now they actually came out with a research where okay the normally in electric cars, okay, the size of the battery is very huge. So they came out with an innovation where the size of the battery is actually reduced up to 50%, so that there is more space inside the car is there. Okay, or you can actually accommodate one more car so that there is no more okay mileage or more kilometers can be run. So I don't know the exact what is the technology. Okay, so they actually substitute the existing thing with a new innovation. Okay, so can you think about substituting a part of the product or process for something else? Now combine. Okay, whether will you be able to combine two, three products, and can you create a new product with a greater effects? So let me share an example. Mm, um, Geo fiber, Airtel fiber. Okay, so after the launch of or after the innovation in the this segment, okay, optical fiber segment. Okay, so they actually eliminated. In fact, they actually combined few products and tried to create a new product. So what were the different products combined altogether? If you subscribe for a Geo fiber or Airtel fiber, which are the products they try to combine and
So
stitch
the
as a one product? Now, and in fact, there are a lot of other features are also there. Okay, for example, they have something called Geo Music. Okay, and they have a lot of other features that even I didn't explore that. So they're trying to combine a lot of products and try to create a one product. Adapt. Can you think about changing the product or process, even the nature of product, even the marketing strategy or the process? So during the COVID time, I had an assignment with Tata Chroma. Okay, so you may be knowing about Tata Chroma. Okay, so they are into the retail space. So one challenge they had is that okay, so normally for the white goods or electronics goods, people want to have a touch and feel. They would like to experience. So eh, people would there is people will not prefer an online purchase. So they actually launched with an online platform, but it was not scaling up as expected. So they had a design thinking exercise. So what actually finally the outcome was okay. They connect in their web platform. Okay, they included one facility where they can connect with the salesman. Okay, that will salesman will explain about the product. Okay, they will open the product on a live situation. So basically, they try to adapt to the changing situations or changing the needs of the customers. Now, modify or magnify. Okay, so maybe one process or one product can be magnified that particular process, or can be modified that, or can be twist in some other way. put to other users. Okay, so can we put the existing product for some other users? For example, mobile phones. Okay, earlier, okay, we used to have a digital cameras. Now mobile phones is used as a digital cameras, or a nail cutter is used as a beer opener. Okay, I'm just making it funny. So we can think about making the product to some other users. Eliminate. So will you be able to eliminate certain process so that the efficiency will get enhanced? For example, certain companies like Apple, okay, Apple mobiles, okay, they have some by default apps are there, but you are allowed to eliminate or you are allowed to delete that app so that, okay, there will be more efficiency in the process will be there. So whether we can eliminate certain process, rearrange or reverse. Okay, any possibility of rearrange or reversing the process. Okay, Tata Nano. Okay, so what they there? Okay, I think Stephanie was in the front. Okay, so they rearranged a little bit so that there is more boot space in the back. So this is one example. Substitute pen cap with the USB flash drive, combine sink with the toilet bowl. Okay, adding pizza holder on a scissor, modifying fork to a finger fork. Piano can be put to as a bookshelf. A tree eliminate need for the parasol. I mean the sunshade. Okay, is it possible to open the umbrella in a reverse order? In a real life situation, McDonald's actually implemented scammer. Okay, so what they did was put to other users. Okay, so they use the real estate spaces. Okay, instead of simply you selling the hamburgers, so they let out and they try to generate revenue. Um, I mean, just want to share one examples. Rolls-Royce company. Okay? So Rolls-Royce company, they are into premium of luxury, ultra luxury cars. They are also manufacture aircraft engines. But aircraft engines, okay, it is very competitive because G is there. Okay, some other companies are there. They don't make much profit from the selling of aircraft engines, but they actually make a lot of profit in another way, okay, because aircraft engines, okay, they generate a lot of data. Okay, so this data is being analyzed and it is being sold to the aircraft companies and others, okay, for generating the revenue. So eliminate rather than customer, okay, pay and the waiters, okay, serve the food. Okay, this is the case, okay, where customers serve themselves. Rearrange, yeah, the customers have to pay rather than, okay, before they eat rather than after eating and paying the money. So this is one example. Now for capturing the ideas in design thinking, there is a tool called Ideation Canvas. Different users, what are the different user activities, the context, location will be captured here. So here we'll be talking about possible alternative solutions. It can be a props, it can be tools, it can be objects, it can be equipments, it can be a process, it can be a software. So we will generate as many ideas as possible in this ideation canvas. So we have captured in the customer journey map, but we can capture in this format also. Now, once we have enough ideas, we need to go to the next stage of filtering the ideas. So this is one tool, okay, which is extensively used. It is called actionable ideation. So what does it state? So it is having 4 quadrants with the 2 axes. So horizontal axis talks about the time required for implementation of idea. So whether it requires a lot of time, whether this idea can be implemented immediately. So less, you can see from a low to high time. Now, vertical axis talks about impact on the users, whether this idea, if it is implemented, what will be the impact, whether customer and user experience get enhanced. The impact will be very high or impact can be very low. So based on that, okay, we can divide it into 4 quadrants. So one is go for it, which means the idea having a high impact and time for implementing the idea is very less. So that is go for it. Now, there are few ideas, the impact will be high, but it requires a lot of investments. It may require development of new technology. It may require hiring of expert people. It may require purchase of certain services, I mean, some purchase of certain hardware or purchases of certain software. So it is, of course, it can have a huge impact, but it is a promising for the long term. It may take few time, okay, I mean, few months or few weeks to implement this process. Now, there are a few ideas which does not have much impact. The impact will be very less, but the time for the implementation is also very less. So these ideas will give incremental enhancement of the user experience. Now, the last quadrant is there are ideas which does not have any impact and time for the implementation is very, very high. So this is a clear quadrant for elimination of ideas. Okay, understood? So 4 quadrants: high impact, low time for implementation, go for it. High impact, high time for implementation is promising for a long time. Low impact and less time for the implementation, it is not a priority. And low impact and high time for implementation, it will come under no way.